All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode of Colton Posey Fishing. So, today we're going to be talking about something that's been on my mind here lately, and it pertains to a lot of the questions that really I get all the time about, hey, I'm going to this lake or that lake or whatever, and just no luck. Like, I'm just not catching fish, or the fish that I'm catching, the quality is not that great. So on and so forth. And I'm going to kind of cover step by step my thought process throughout situations like that. So stay tuned. This is something you definitely don't want to miss. So all right, guys, let's kind of jump into it. So I'm up here at a local lake of mine, pretty close to my home. And sorry about my voice, I'm really bad congested. And one of the reasons that I come to this lake instead of like Lewis Smith or Warrior or anywhere else that's kind of close to my home is this is a childhood lake that I grew up on, Upper Bear. And here lately, I mean, I've been struggling on this lake, and it's not struggling to catch a fish, it's struggling to catch the right size of fish. So I mean, up here we've been catching, 10 to 12 inches all day long, but the size fish that you typically want, those good 3+ pound fish, are just not necessarily showing themselves all the time. Kind of want to, missed one right there. I kind of want to just say that I don't, I try not to overthink the process, okay? So I'm coming up here and I'm fishing like I normally do. I'm hammering down. I've got my moving baits. I'm hitting spots that I've known for years, and I know there's fish there. I just can't get them to bite a lot of times. And in that situation, I've understood that it's typically not anything to do with the bait that I'm using. It's typically my presentation. So I'm messing up something when it comes to presentation. That's like, I get up here today and there's trash all in the water. When I say trash, like pine straw and stuff like that gets caught on your moving baits a lot. And either way, I just decided to pick up an old school Texas rig. Well, I think it's like a 9 or 10 inch, ribbon tail worm by Zoom. Is it Zoom? I'm either using the Zoom Plum or the Blue Flake by Berkeley. Either way, they're pretty similar. And, I'm reeling this bait and I'm not getting bit. So then I decided to just drag it. Like I used to do when I was a kid, how I was taught to fish. Just drag this bait. And, I've done caught several fish like that. So it's telling me something that I'm in the right areas. It's just my presentation or something that I really want to do. It's just not going to work right now. And I think that's the hardest thing that we go through as anglers, is adjusting to what the fish tell us. I am horribly guilty about adjusting. I'm one of those people. I'm typically, once I've got my mind made up how I want to fish, that's the way that I'm gonna fish, regardless of how the fish are biting, which can be really, really bad, because either you don't catch anything or you just don't catch as many fish. So the reason I say that is through my experience. Don't do what I've done in the past. I'm learning more and more every time I get on the water that I'm going to have to adjust, because our fisheries are changing. And whether you believe they're changing for the better or the worse, it doesn't really matter. But the key thing is, for a fact, whichever side of the fence you're on, they're changing. And we've got to change with them. As you guys know, I don't have forward-facing sonar on my boat. Now, that doesn't mean that I think forward-facing sonar is a bad thing or a good thing. It's just simply that I don't like to sit on top of fish. Hold on. Oh, I missed him. But I typically I typically don't like to sit on top of fish for long periods of time and try to catch those fish unless you got to think, oh, he come off again. No, come back, Margaret. I think he took my worm. But you know, I typically don't like. He took my worm. He took my worm. Y'all know what that means. I'm literally gonna have to catch this fish and his entire family. That's it. But either way, you know, I typically try not to overcomplicate things here lately. I mean, I'm getting bit on this bigger worm. I'm missing some fish. I think because they're smaller fish. Some of the fish that I've caught has actually been better today, which is really good. So you know, I'm catching fish on that. So, like a worm bag here, I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna try to mimic that same color worm. But I'm gonna drop the size down. So I'm going to go to something a little bit smaller. So this is what I was using, the old monster plum. I was using the plum. That's what I was using. But either way, guys, like, don't get caught up. Don't get so caught up in trying to make everything perfect or try to make the fish bite the way that you want them to bite. I am horribly guilty of doing that. And sometimes, don't get me wrong, sometimes it works. Sometimes it works, and when it does, it's fun. And I'm not saying don't try to do that. But if it's not working out and you're not enjoying yourself, which is what fishing should be, and that's something that I had to learn when I was fishing tournaments was, you know, I started losing that passion of, hey, this is fun, you know. So, you know, don't be afraid to sit down in your seat, take your time, have fun, enjoy yourself. You know, that's like a buddy of mine over at Spur Mountain Outdoors. Y'all see me hunting and fishing with him. Like, with him, I never really, even if we're not catching fish, I don't see him ever really having a bad time because he enjoys the sport, he enjoys the chase. Same with, you know, his turkey hunting and deer hunting and stuff like that. Even if he doesn't see anything, he's still back out there. He's still trying to figure everything out, and he has a good time. If you ain't checked him out, go over there and check him out because the dude needs some support. I mean, he's got so much more camera equipment than I do. He does a good job at what he does, and he just wants to share his experience in the outdoors. And y'all definitely check him out. I would really appreciate it if you'd check him out. I know he would appreciate it. But either way, guys, I mean, it's not a try. Just give it a try for me, at least. Just give it a try for me, and then try for yourself. Try to just settle down and try to settle down and have a good time. Let me just put this fish.
Nope.
In the boat real quick. Golly. They keep taking my bait. They keep taking my bait. Just try to settle down and have a good time. Don't forget to have a good time, because I know it's easy to do in this sport, especially if you're in the competitive scene. It can be rather annoying. So try not to forget to do that, because it makes a world of difference. I promise it does. When you have a good attitude about fishing and you're enjoying yourself, even those times when you're not catching a whole bunch of fish, it makes it somewhat, I mean, it just makes it so much more enjoyable and makes you want to get back out there. Don't do what I did and burn yourself out and get to where you didn't enjoy it as much as you should. What in the world? If you get caught up in just the competitive side of bass fishing, or, you know, I want to catch the biggest fish in the lake and stuff like that, if you're anything like me, you get to a point where you don't enjoy yourself near as much as you used to, and you start losing that passion for fishing. And that's what happened to me on the competitive scene. I started losing that passion that I had for fishing. I found out that, you know, tournament fishing, especially as a full-time job, is not that fun, in my opinion. It wasn't, you know, I had a lot of people say, you know, hey, You know, that's awesome. You get to go out and just fish all the time. And it's like, man, if you only knew half of it, you don't just get to go out and fish most of the time. Doing the YouTube and stuff, I can. I'm able to be home with my family more. I can, you know, go out and enjoy my day on the water. And on the competitive side, it taught me not to take everything so serious. I really get out there and enjoy myself more than anything, because that's the reason that I fell in love with bass fishing to begin with, is because I just love it. It was a lot of fun. And, you know, you go with your buddies and you're trying to figure out what these little green critters are doing in the water and what you can do to get them to bite. So, you know, don't get so caught up on, you know, is he catching them or they catching them or whatever. You know, just get out there and enjoy yourself, and try to learn from everybody you can, from me, from other YouTubers, from people at the ramp. Go fishing with somebody you ain't never went fishing before with. I mean, you're going to learn something. And if you stay humble and, you know, you do, you pay attention to what's going on, you'll learn something. And it's amazing what you can pick up, you know. So if you're on that competitive side of bass fishing, if you're fishing tournaments, whether it's, you know, your small club level, Wildcats, your BFLs, Toyota, whatever, it opens, it doesn't matter. Whatever you're fishing, try to enjoy yourself. Try not to lose that passion that you have for bass fishing, because once you do, it's just a downhill spiral if you let it get to you. And understand you're going to have bad times, but how you react to those bad times is going to determine your success in the future. So just try not to forget that, guys. But either way, I hope the video helps you. I know it's a little bit different than what I typically do, instead of just getting up, showing baits and all that good stuff. But I kind of wanted to bring this to light because some friends of mine and stuff, they're moving into that big tournament scene. And, you know, I kind of, and I'm sure some people who watch this are also are trying to in the future. And I just want you, that's just something that I took away from the competitive side of bass fishing that I hope that I can give to y'all. And hopefully, you know, it helps you keep your mindset straight and you're not getting deterred by it. Because, I mean, you're going to have some rough roads. I mean, it's a very rough road to ride. It's the toughest thing I ever done in my life. And I still didn't succeed the way that I wanted to succeed in the tournament scene. But, you know, it is what it is. But either way, guys, I really appreciate it. And I'll see you next time.